Yo, YouTube, what's going on? It's Jordan here, bringing you another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be doing episode 7 of our Calgary Flames franchise mode. Now, last episode, we had posed the question about what we should do with our defense core, because we have Arsene, Drysdale, Uyghur, Byram, Perek, and then we also had Boyum. The only issue was that Boyum does not fit. Our new coach isn't well liked from our defensemen. As you can see there, not a lot of the guys have good fits everywhere, only a few. So for this year, we're going to rock Arsene and Drysdale. Even though Uyghur gives a +4, I think it's better for Drysdale. If Arsene and Drysdale both get growth, this is going to be our top pair of the future, so we may as well run it now. And I like that they get a +2, but then also Uyghur and Byram get that +1, which is nice. And Nate Schmidt fits good enough that Perek's no fit is at least just a 0 instead of a minus. I'll show quickly again if we put Boyum in, it's a -5. That's no good. So we're going to rock Nate Schmidt this year. And Boyum is unfortunately going to be the man left out. Same thing with Farabee. At 25, he's a third line scoring forward. He didn't grow the way we needed to, and it just doesn't work. Like Zari, he's a year younger. We have him locked up for one more year, 2 mil, so he's a little bit more affordable and probably stays more affordable. We just signed Chinakov, so we're not going to trade him. And Huberto is yet to be traded. As you can see, we've got 3 more seasons left before we can trade him, so like for Farabee, it just doesn't work. And Gavin McKenna, we're going to play on the second line, even though this is a third line scorer, just because it gives this +5, which hopefully I want Kadri to get back up to 87, 88 and get some good trade value. As you can see, we can trade him now. So if he gets good value, we'll trade him. If not, we may as well just hold on. And then we're just going to run this fourth line, Ogren, Cairns, and Papasil. And we've got Hanzik as the depth forward. So yeah, we're going to go look and see what kind of trades we can make. What we probably just want is picks and prospects. There's nothing really worth adding to the roster. Like, we're kind of set at every position for this year, I would say. So I'm going to scout around the league a little bit. Just quickly find these guys here, Boyum and Farabee. I'd love to trade them as a package deal to give us the most value. So like I said, I'm going to scout around a little bit, see a couple of different options we have, and I'll show you guys and we'll talk about what is going to be the best trade. Alright guys, so we're back, and I found 2 potential trades. Now this first trade is with the Montreal Canadiens. They want Boyum and Farabee, and it would be centered around Kirby Dach. Now both trades I looked at bring us one thing that we desperately need, and it's a younger second line center. Now this first trade with Montreal brings us one who's ready to go right now. Kirby Dach is 87 overall. He's got 5 years left at 6.7 mil, which I think is going to be a decent deal. By the time our rookies deals come up and they need their big boy money, the cap will have gone up enough that this is not bad. And then we'll also bring in Brendan Gallagher just to eat his cap. It's only a 1-year deal. He probably won't even play for us. And then we'll bring in Basha, just another forward prospect with a 2nd round pick. And they'll get Boyum and Farabee, who they both want, but it'll also deal away Nazem Kadri. Now, I know I said I didn't want to trade away Kadri yet, and I don't, because I believe we can grow him to get some better value. But I mean, he is 35. He is only getting older. There is a good chance his value only goes down, and this trade brings in his immediate replacement. The other trade I was looking at, we'll discard everything there. I believe it was the Islanders, I want to say. Yes, it was the Islanders, and it was for Roger McQueen. Now, McQueen isn't ready to play in the NHL right now, So it's obviously, it's still bringing in that potential second line center, but it's no guarantee, and he still needs time to grow. So we would keep Kadri. They still get Boyum and Farabee. And then we would eat the salary cap on Engvall. 3 mil for 4 years, we can afford that. And then I don't think they have too much else for rookie skaters. Like if you take a look here, there's Niemi, who's obviously not happening. Olfsted's not happening. You got Richie. And then there's a few other guys. Like we could bring in Richie. The only problem is he needs to play now, and I just don't think we have room for him to play right now. So we'd be looking at bringing in like a second and 2/3. I want to swing the Montreal deal first. Again, just because it's guaranteed. Right, like McQueen is 76. He's top 6 high. His stats are okay. It's just going to be a few years before he's even ready for the NHL. And that is, again, is he ever going to get to the second line center? Like, this is a lot to give up for a no guarantee. So I just think the Montreal trade is better for right now. So we're going to get everything on here. We're going to pray that this goes through. Maybe we have to add another pick, which would be okay. Completely would understand that. It's a lot of value for them to give up, and it's not something like anything they want to give away. So if we have to maybe get rid of, like if we don't bring back Basha, or we have to put a pick, I like the deal just like this. I think this is decent value. I'm gonna try to squeeze a pick out of them. Like, let's see if we can get a 4th and a 6th. Trade rejected. The value just isn't there. So we'll get rid of both the picks. Trade rejected. So if we get rid of Basha, they would have more than 45 skaters in the org. Again, it's tricky because this isn't anything they want to give up. So just throw this defenseman on here and we'll see if this goes through. Actually, let me add a pick on here. I don't want to get completely screwed over if I don't have to. Okay, we'll take off the 5th. Okay, so I'm not going to go any more than this. Like, I'll add a 2nd onto here. Not for this season, but for next year. And then if they give us back a 5th for this year. That's about the most I'm willing to give up. It's not the best trade. And it's really us giving up a lot and obviously not getting as much back, so. Trade rejected. Okay, they're not particularly interested. So we'll just stop right there. And we'll make the trade happen with New York. I know we can get McQueen for sure. Again, we just have to eat some salary cap here. I'll take a look and see if there's anyone who's a little bit less. Like Cizikas is 2.5 for 1 year, and that's league approved. And then we'll take a look here. Like, there's not too many other rookie skaters. I'll just double check here. Like, we could get Villeneuve here, but I don't think he's very good. So I'd rather just have a draft pick. So I'm going to try to get a 2nd and a 3rd. I doubt anybody will think New York Islanders came out on the short end of the stick with this trade. So we probably could have got a little bit more, but I think it's a fair trade. Like, getting the 2nds and the 2nd and the 3rd is very good value when we're still rebuilding. We don't have as many prospects. And getting McQueen's obviously a huge deal for us. And it gives them 2 things they need. And it's better, like, we weren't going to be able to get a 1st. Maybe we could have got 2 2nds instead of a 2nd and a 3rd. But overall, I'm happy with that trade. I just want to make sure that McQueen is in the AHL. So we'll send him down. And we'll send down Cizikas as well. I don't need him here. Alright, I like those moves. We'll just quickly get the AHL lines edited and we'll make sure that McQueen's flying high up. Just prefer lines. McQueen's on the 4th line. No, I prefer him on the 1st line. Whoops. Wait, he can play on the first line. We'll get Suzuki playing top 9 minutes this year, and like he's just an AHL guy moving forward, so he just has to play where he fits. Defensively, I had this all pretty good already. Gotta get Muse in there, and then Strathman. Take out Greshnikov, and we'll see what Morin is for minuses. -2. Okay, well, we can live with this. All zeros, that's pretty good. I just want to make sure that McQueen gets power play time. So we want to give him all the ice time. We want to make sure he grows. And I just want to very quickly make sure that Ogren is on the second power play unit. Since he's on the 4th line, he's listed as a 3rd line scorer. Oh, there's nobody to really take off. Make sure he's penalty killing, I guess. We just want to make sure he's getting in all the ice time as well, just because he's on the 4th line. Okay, that should be good. Alright, without further ado here, let's get into some regular season sim. I'm not sure what kind of team we're going to be this year. I know that we're like, on paper, we're a decent looking team. So let's see. Looking at this roster, there are some kinks to work out, but this team is good enough to compete for a playoff spot. I'll agree with that. And we'll just end the conversation there. I don't care too much about the preseason. Oh, we got some deals with Drysdale here. He is playing top 4D. I promise you I'll never play on the PK. And he's got to play PP1. Okay, we got to end this here. We can't afford to piss him off because he's only on that 1-year deal. So very quickly, power play. So Perek just has to switch with Drysdale, and that's fine because there, yeah, he helps them be a 0 just because of his X factors. And then on the penalty kill, Drysdale just needs to be swapped out with Uyghur. And then we'll just look, make sure. Okay, yeah, Uyghur just plays on the PK in 2 spots. That's fine. Okay, now it's going to be very important, I guess, that at least until January, if we can be a good team, if we can somehow get the morale back up so that Drysdale wants to sign long term, that would be big. Again, like, I like that he is a better fit on the first line than Perek. Like, Perek is obviously supposed to be the franchise defenseman of the future, but him not really fitting in with Patrick Waugh is a concern. I'm not going to just fire a coach to try to find one who just fits Perek, because then we're just building the entire team around Perek. I feel like Patrick Waugh has a good enough fit with our team that all we really need to do is just look around the league and just find a few defensemen that fit in better and swap them out. And who knows, maybe as Perek grows, like I said, the X factors will get there, and then he has a better fit on the first pair with Arsene, and Drysdale can be the second guy. But I don't want to bank on that. Oh, he's playing on the 3rd pair. Or not the 3rd pair. The 3-on-3. Shit. The 3-man PK. Oh well. I totally forgot to check that. But we're starting off hot here. 4-2-1. I like that. Like I said, I agree with Waugh. Like, on paper, we definitely look like a team that can make the playoffs. And I want to ease out of the rebuild. Like, I don't want to tank anymore. This year would be huge if we make the playoffs to start getting our rep up around the league. Sorry, get our rep up around the league so that free agents want to come here, and that our guys will actually want to re-sign here. But even if we're just a tweener team and we just miss out, that's still fine with me. We just want to make sure we start improving. I'm probably only going to sim to the deadline in this episode. Again, I'm apologizing for the hour-long episode. When I'm recording it, it never feels like an hour. It really only feels like I'm around 30 minutes, and then they end up being in 45 minutes to an hour. And I like being in depth with you guys like that, but at the same time, I know not everybody wants to watch a 1 hour long video. So I am trying my best to get better at that. We'll just substitute Hanzik in everywhere and just moved all those guys up. But yeah, 14, 7, and 3, we're doing good. It's an AHL injury. But yeah, it looks like we can make the playoffs this year. But like I was saying, we're going to sim up to the deadline. If we completely fall off the face of the earth and there's no chance of playoffs, I will just sim right until the off season. But if it looks like we can make the playoffs or we're just on the outside looking in, I will stop and get your guys' thoughts on how we should approach the deadline. Just because, like, even if it looks like we're 100% locked into the playoffs, doesn't mean I want to start selling right away. We really need to make sure we do this rebuild smart. We want to take it slow here for when we decide to start trading away our picks and prospects. Oh, I gotta stop the sim here. I hate this stupid glitch. I gotta start remembering to just switch to the NHL lens when I do that. There we go, 3 big wins in a row. 19, 10, and 3. Like, we're doing good. Looks like our biggest issue is probably going to be defense and goaltending. Like, you can see we have a 7-6 win. We let in 3 goals and a 6-3 win. And it's big losses as well. So defense and goaltending are where we're going to look to improve the most. I think offense now, the bones of that forward core is set. But yeah, we're at 23 and 12. We're second in the division, 5 points behind the Oilers. So I'm pretty happy with that. We'll take a look at the in-depth stats here. Campe leading the way with 48 points in 38 games. That's nice. And Huberto, this is big. Point per game player. That's huge. Hopefully he can get some growth. Maybe we can convince him to waive eventually. Medvedov right behind them too. Just barely less than a point per game. Kadri is a point per game. Drysdale, this is huge. Look at his offensive awareness is good. That puck skills are good. Yeah, 35 points in 38 games. That's huge. Granado, this is a solid season for him. He's also just on a 1-year deal, so McKenna, good rookie season. Zari's doing good on that third line. Mackenzie Weegar, 13 points. Karen's on the fourth line. I'll take 13 points in 40 games for a fourth line player. So yeah, I would say overall, yeah, Bone Barm just isn't really good offensively like I remember him being in past games. Brack only has 8 points, but he's a rookie, a top 6 defenseman. That's not too bad. Yikes, Chinikov only with 7 points. That's tough for, what are you making, 4 million? And then Hanzik had 2 points in 3 games. Both on the power play. Take a look here. Dustin Wolf, this is what I mean. Like, Wolf does not have great numbers. Hildeby, 8-0-1. 1 shutout. So these are good numbers. Maybe he's going to just be our main backup moving forward. But Dustin Wolf, like, we got to look at the numbers here because it's 3 years now. And it's always these bad numbers. Like, I get we're not the best team, especially in that first year. but we're a winning team. We're in a playoff spot, and you've lost only one less game than you've won, and you have a 3.39 goals against. And when your backup goalie, yes, I get it's less numbers, is also putting up really good numbers, it kind of just begs the question, like, is he going to be our guy? I'm not sold on Wolf. Hopefully he can just last long enough for our franchise goalie to be ready, but that might be something we have to address sooner than later. We'll sim another month here and see how the team does. Continue. That was a day-to-day injury. I don't remember replacing him. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of the way the boys are playing this year, because the only real additions, I believe, are Kempe and Chinikov. Like Perek, I guess, because he didn't play last year, but everybody else was playing last year. They really just grew. So this is big that we've taken a step in the right direction with our guys' growth. Paul Harvey's up to an 80. That's pretty nice. Connor Brown's ready to play in Zarubin. So we'll put Zarubin back in. He's up to a 76. And he's a goalie prospect too, so like to see him doing good. We'll just wait. I know that it's messed up, but I knew that Connor Brown was going to be ready to play. So take out Klapka, put Brown back in. He's up to an 80. Then I'll just switch back. There we go. So yeah, 27 and 16. This is a good month. We'd like to be winning a little bit more, but we are still a young team, so there is a learning curve here. Ooh, that sucks that Puarvi's injured. At least it's not for too long. Just replace player for McKenna. That sucks. We're getting lots of injuries right now. Just gonna sim up to the 6th, try to get all these guys back to being healthy. McQueen's up to a 78. There you go. Stacking the first line with some talent turns out to be a very good idea for us. I'm just gonna check to see. McKenna's playable and we don't play for a while, so I'll just put him back in now. No, we don't want to make any trades yet. Alright, so we'll take another quick look at the stats here. We're not going to go too in depth. So 62 points for Kempe. We're still second in the division. I think as long as we go around 500, we should be a lock for the playoffs. And yeah, Drysdale 44 points. Kempe has 26 goals. Drysdale with 39 assists. And McKenna's up to 33 points, but he got injured, so he missed a few games. We'll just take a quick look here. Points got 132 points. Pasta with 65 goals. 85 assists for Point. And then 33 wins for Vasilevsky. So I like the way we're going here. We're just going to get up to the trade deadline. Hopefully McKenna doesn't get injured again. There we go, fully healed. Yeah, we need to start winning a little bit more games here. Maybe if we can go on like a 3 or 4 game win streak to just kind of solidify our spot in the division. Yeah, we're just trending downward here. Like I said, it's not a big deal if we miss the playoffs, but it's going to be very nice for teams to want to come here, and teams want to play, or players, sorry, want to play for playoff teams. Oof, that's a big loss. I think we have to call up a defenseman too. I don't think we have one. No, we do not. I'm not going to play Hanzik as a defenseman. So we'll just call up Addison since he's scratched in the minors anyways. Hopefully he can be good enough to just fill Uyghur's shoes for about a month. So yeah, Huberto's up to an 88. Kadri's down to an 83. I should have tried to force that trade. I mean, I don't know what else I could have done besides giving them a first. And there's no guarantees that would have done anything. But that's tough that now we've lost the opportunity to gain any value from him. And it's going to be... Oh, hold on, back to edit lines. It's going to be a pain to try to trade him. Like, I just don't even think a trade for him would happen. Whoops. Where are we, right defenseman? Schmidt's down to a 79. I don't like that. Extra lines. I don't know why it didn't replace him everywhere. Like, I put substitute in all lines. This is pretty frustrating. And yeah, this power play glitch. I might even have to just go head coach best lines at this point. Duplicated roles? There's no duplication here. Fucking Christ, EA, get it together, man. Alright, head coach preferred lines because that's the only way we're moving on, apparently. Super frustrating. Oh, Jesus Christ here. Yeah, EA needs to figure that out. That glitch has been in the game for a long time. Really just annoys. Like, makes this whole experience very frustrating. Keep on going here. Hopefully we get some wins with our top defenseman out. It's going to be tough. It's a big win versus the Habs. So there we go. We get wins against Montreal, Vegas, and Boston. So 3-2 so far without Uyghur. We're still holding down second in the division. Edmonton has widened the gap. I don't think we can catch them now. The Kraken are a little hot on our heels. We'll take another quick look at the in-depth stats. See who's doing good and who maybe we can look to trade away. So yeah, Kempe and Hubert are doing very well. Medvedov has fallen off, but he's like, what, a second-year player, so he's doing way better than he did last year. That's all you can ask for. Granado with 53 points. Let's take a look here. He had 65 last year, so he should eclipse that. And Nazem Kadri, despite dropping to an 83, still has 53 points. Drysdale has 52 points. This is a big player we have to make sure we bring back. Gavin McKenna in his rookie season with 42 is pretty good. I want to take a look here and see. Zar's best season is 48 points, so he'll be around that. Backlund's doing solid, and then these guys are all not doing too good, or it's just the depth options. Like, I would have hoped Perek did a little bit better, but it is what it is. We'll take a look at the goalies. Okay, so Dustin Wolf has brought his stats back together. It's still, he's 24 and 23 essentially, but the save percentage is better. Goals against average is better. And Hildeby. So this is a big reason why we've dropped down here. Is he was 10 and 0. He hasn't won a game now. So that's very tough. I feel like we don't even really need to make a trade here. I feel like we're just getting into the playoffs as like the second or third seed in the division. The only trade I would see us making is if we try to get rid of Kadri, but I don't think at this point now we'd be able to bring in a second line center. It's probably just either McKenna moves to center next year while we wait for somebody to grow, or we bring in a second line center in free agency. But let me know down below what you guys think we should do. Like, give you this last look at the team. I think if anything, I'm going to trade for a depth defenseman around 80-81. Goalie-wise, I don't really want to make a move. Only because, like, we have that franchise guy in the wings. If Dustin Wolf can just get us through 2 or 3 years, like, that would be the most ideal. And the last thing we're going to do is take a look at all expiring contracts. So we control their rights still. We control Zeri's rights, Ogren, Hanzik, Podkolzin, that's huge. We should have a decent bit of money to play with. Yeah, 30 million. So yeah, we'll be able to bring back Backlund. We'll make that work. Yeah, see, this is the problem. Look at this. This is what he wants, and the contract offers are just not there. And Drysdale now wants big boy money. It's tough. And we could do 1-year bridge deals for both them again, I'm assuming. Yeah, so both of them can take a 1-year bridge deal and be an RFA again. Interesting. I don't want to lose these guys. Zari, this is a good deal for Zari. Take a look quickly at Ogren's ask. Oh yeah, I'm just giving him that. Take a look at Hanzik. I'll just give Hanzik that as well. And goaltending wise, Dustin Wolf needs a new deal as well. He wants 9 mil? Oh, he's a UFA? Oh no, he's an RFA. He'd be a UFA next year. Okay. Alright guys, with all that information on what these guys want and like where we sit in the standings, let me know what you guys think we should do in terms of trades. I'm thinking that it might be a good idea to trade Wolf if he wants 9 mil. I don't think we can afford that. Like, we're already paying Kempe 10.9 mil. And we have about $30 million in available cap space for next year. 29. It probably would go up to around 31, 32 once the cap actually goes up. As well as if we're able to trade Kadri's contract, that's another $7 million that would be off our books. So we're going to have lots of cap space to play with. My personal opinion on what we should do is trade Kadri if we're able to, as long as we can bring in a second line center to replace him. If we can't replace him, we hold him and pray he doesn't drop that much and we trade him at the draft. And then we're going to add a depth defenseman no matter what. But I would really love to hear what you guys think we should do. Maybe you guys are seeing something, a move that needs to be made that I'm not. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and YouTube. We'll see you in the next one.